day of the workshops. We've got a very special evening for you planned. I'm going to get right into it because we're a bit late. First of all, someone just came to me and said, maybe you would be so polite to turn off your phones, because it's very awkward if during a performance someone's phone rings. Yeah, thank you very much. Our first performer is very special because you could see a lot of things on stage. A lot of people are collaborating with our first performer. His name is Nikos Papadogiou. It's Greek. Papadogiou. No, I'm so bad. First form is Nikos. Okay, he's a Greek composer and orchestrator, but right now he lives in Paris. Has been living there for a while. He studied classical as well as jazz and piano and also harmony. He also studied film direction as he pursued his interest in visual arts. So he's composed for several things, such as documentaries, TV spots, short films, and has also released several CDs. And tonight is a very special treat because he's going to put poetry to music. And I've seen during soundcheck that Jonathan Rompel, Heike Wetzel, I'm sorry, Matthijs van der Veen, but I think his first name is different, his brother. Paul van der Veen. Torsten Harder, and Aaron and Hannah Featherstone as well. So very warm welcome to Nikos.
Hello. As it was mentioned, I focus during the last period on setting to music poetry. During the previous 2 years, I presented songs that were originally written in Greek lyrics, and some of them were translated to English and French. This year is different because I work on directly on material. Poetry that is English poetry. So I work on the original texts, and I focus mostly on poetry that comes from the end of the 19th century up to the first half of the 20th century, broadly speaking. The first song is entitled "The Other Side of the Mirror." It is quite, I don't know, I'm not sure about the English word harsh, maybe, poem, in the sense that it is about a woman who is old and who looks into the mirror, and she sees something very ugly. And step by step, as she focuses more into the vision in the mirror, she realizes that this is herself. This ugliness is her own distracted self. And she has become like that because of envy. So it is a poem about envy. And to put it in different words, it's a poem about the destructiveness of sin, if we want to describe it in Christian terms. And in my mind, not in the poet's mind, just in my mind, I don't know what was in the poet's mind, but in my mind it is somehow connected with a portion from the Bible, from James' epistle, which I will read. It's from the first chapter. Anyone who listens to the word but does not do what it says is like someone who looks at his face in a mirror and after looking at himself goes away and immediately forgets what he looks like. So the other side of the mirror, I forgot to mention the poet, is Elizabeth Coleridge, Mary Elizabeth Coleridge. Thank you.
dying flame of life's desire, made mad because its hope was gone, unkindled at the leaping fire of jealousy and fierce revenge, and strength that could not change nor time. Shade of a shadow in the glass, oh, set the crystal surface free. Pass as the fire visions pass, no evermore return to me. The ghost of a distracted hour that heard me whisper, I am she. I am she. I am she.
Thank you very much. The next song is entitled The Seed Shop. It speaks about the seed. The seed is a very rich entity, entity, in the sense that it is something insignificant, something very small, that you may pass as something, how do you say this? Anyhow, insignificant, excuse me. But in it holds life, and it can grow and become something huge, like a garden or even a forest. In the New Testament, it is used at least in two senses. The one that I just mentioned, compared to the Word of God, that may look simple or even small in a sense at the beginning, but as one grows in the faith and gets to know this word better and better, it becomes huge in his heart and mind. The other sense it is used is in relation to death. The Lord Jesus says that if the seed is not buried, it stays alone. Excuse me, maybe it's not exactly these words, but close, hopefully. But if it is buried, then it brings forth much fruit, which is an amazing thought. I would like to read to you just the last stanza of this poem. It's very short, but I think you might enjoy it. And again, I should mention the poet is Muriel Stewart, is her name. And she writes at the third stanza, "Here in their safe and simple house of death," speaking about the little seeds, "sealed in their shells a million roses leap. Here I can blow a garden with my breath, and in my and in my hand a forest lies asleep." So, The Seed Shop by Muriel Stewart.
this brown husker dale of hawthorn dreams. A cedar in this narrow silence thrust that will drink deeply of the century streams. These lilies shall make summer on my breast. These lilies shall make summer on my breast. Here in the safe and simple house of death, sealed in their shells a million roses leap. Here I can blow a garden with my breath, and in my hand a florist lies asleep. And in my hand a florist lies asleep.
The next song is again, maybe I mentioned it already, I'm sorry for that. Again, about the idea of the seed, but somehow viewed in a more complex way. I will just read to you a few words from this poem, which is by Kathleen Rain. Okay. She writes at the beginning of, that's how the poem starts. From star to star, from sun and spring and leaf, and almost audible flowers whose sound is silence, and in the common meadows springs the seed of life. And a little bit more, because I love this poem. Now the lilies open and the rose, released by summer from the harmless graves that centuries deep are in the air we breathe and in our earth. Sorry. And in our daily bread. Thank you very much. The last song is entitled The Dove Descending, and it is a great poem, in my opinion. I would suggest that even if you hate the song that you are going to hear, read the poem and read the whole work. It's part of T.S. Eliot's 4 quartets. And I will read the poem. It's quite short. Thank you. The dove descending breaks the air with flame of incandescent terror, of which the tongues declare the one discharged from sin and error. The only hope, or else despair, lies in the choice of pyre or pyre, to be redeemed from fire by fire. Who then devised the torment? Love. Love is the unfamiliar name behind the hands that woo the intolerable shirt of flame which human power cannot remove. We only live, only suspire, consumed by either fire or fire. I guess T.S. Eliot says that you are going to meet fire or fire. It is either the fire of judgment or the fire of the love of God that embraces you as a shirt that no human hands can take it off your body. I think that's the idea.
The dove descending breaks the air with flame of incandescent terror, of which the tongues declare the one discharge from sin and error, the one discharge from sin and error. The only hope or else despair lies in the choice of power to be redeemed from fire by fire. Lies in the choice of power to be redeemed from fire by fire. which human power cannot remove. We only live, only suspire, consumed by the fire of fire. We only live, only suspire, consumed by the fire of fire.
Thank you. I'm very sorry. I want to say a big thank you from my heart to these amazing guys. Hannah, Aaron, Torsten, Paul, Heike, Jonathan, of course the sound guys and everybody. I really thank you for your patience with me and the great cooperation. Thank you very much.
That was a wonderful start. Okay, before we move on, today was the first day that we had workshops. So I would like to ask a participant to come up front and tell me something about her workshop. So Priscilla, could you come up? Let's give her a warm welcome. Yes. Yes. Thank you for telling us something. First of all, who are you and where you're from?
Yeah, I'm Priscilla and I'm from Holland, Upper North, Friesland.
Okay, and why have you decided to come to CA this year?
Last year I was there for the first time and I got a lot of inspiration from it and I took it with me all year. So I thought like, well, let's do this again.
Yes. And which workshop did you attend?
It was from Talita Nawijn. It was singing. I'm not sure the whole title of it, but it was about singing.
What was your purpose? Why did you choose this particular workshop?
To develop my singing.
What did you take out of it today?
Well, we had this really. It was a great part of the technical part, and it gave me a lot of peace within. Like, oh, this is how it works. You have your instrument inside of your body, and this is how you can use it in several ways. And I really enjoyed it. Also to see how other people developed their voice, or well, then we had to sing, and then you can hear and see how people develop themselves within a short amount of time.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Priscilla. Well, our next artist is Talita, actually, a singer-songwriter. And for me, it's an honor to announce her because I've known her for 15 years. And yesterday, Jeffrey Stevenson talked about mentoring. And she has been one of my mentors. How did you? Why is she my mentor? She actually conducted a black gospel choir I was part of, and when I was just 19, and she's been amazing, an example. Just it's important if you're young to have other people, mentors, to really believe in you and in your talent. And she has definitely been one of those persons in my life. So I'm very, very grateful for that, and that I get to announce her today. Well, she is a singer-songwriter from the Netherlands, and she could sing before she could talk. And at the age of 16, she fell in love with jazz music, and a year later, she also fell in love with Jesus. She studied jazz vocals at the conservatory and is a certified master teacher in still voice training. And she also teaches, it's called the Voice Lab, and she trains singers to perform with freedom, which is also a workshop that she gives, and a healthy vocal technique, which we learned today in the workshop. She performs as a singer, conducts a black gospel choir, leads worship at conferences, and also does workshops on several topics. She's actually made 3 solo albums, and tonight she's going to sing one song from each album. And she combines jazz and gospel, if I haven't mentioned that before. And I think they're all ready. So very, very warm welcome to Talita Nawijn.
But that's because I need external brain, because I'm going to sing for you mostly in English tonight, and mostly I sing Dutch, so it's a bit of a switch in my brain. But who cares? As long as we can communicate. Thanks, Nathael, for your introduction. That was heartwarming. Thank you. What I'd like to do is also sing with you. Because next to being an artist, I love to involve the people that are in front of my nose. So I'm gonna do a song from my very first album, 2009, and the song is called Raak. That's the only one Dutch song. Can you say that word raak? It's with the r and the k. Do it again. Now, what does it mean? Can you imagine this dartboard? And when you hit it exactly in the middle with your dart, you say, yeah, raak. It's in the middle of the bull's eye. And that's how God has touched me. He knows the very center of my being. And his love went straight into the center of who I am. No wonder, because he made me the way I am. That's how his love touches you right in the center. Raak. Now, who are altos in our midst? Oh, that's not that much. Come on, altos, if you like to sing a bit low and sexy. You're an alto. Now this is your part. Raak. You just remain in that one note. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Raak. So you watch my hand. Exactly. One more time. Now altos keep on going, sopranos join me on this one. Raak. There we go. Raak. That's the interesting harmony. Do it again, all sopranos. Raak. Now all the male people in our midst, they do this. Raak. So all together, every man, you do this note. Raak. But then not in your high octave. You don't need to be a Bee Gee for this one. So you're like your middle. Raak. Maybe it sounds better if I sing like that. You all together without me. Sopranos, I miss you. Raak. Do it again. Yeah, from the top. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right in the center of my being, he touched me. Yes, he did. I'm so grateful. Are you ready to sing along with me? There we go. Midden in the roos. Midden in de roos. U weet me op de een of andere manier regelrecht raken, diep van binnen hier. Liefde waar geen Cupido aan tippen kan. Squid, do you do, be do, do. Are you ready? van inspiratie, Heer. Ze geven mij de richting in het leven weer. Een leven zoveel rijker dan de rijkste man. Squeet, do you do them? Dan Bill Gates of Rockefeller. Nou zing als mij. To do you, do you, do you, do you, da da. Skidoo, be do, ba deep to do. Skibidoo-bidoo-doop, skibidoo-bidoo-doop. Scuba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-boo-boo-boo-boo. Raak, raak. Skooya-da-ba-doop-doop-doop-doop-doop-doop-doop. Skoo-doop-doop-doop-doop-doop. I'm grateful for the way you've touched my heart. Yes, I am. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm grateful. Thank you, God. Ja, God schiet altijd midden in de roos. Ja. Nou. I don't know how you go about this, but sometimes when I read the Bible, I just read it and it doesn't touch me. And then I think, how can that be? Because the stories are great, but I have to kind of make a movie in my head of what I read, especially when it's a well-known piece to me, that it doesn't only stay here, but it goes lower and it really touches my life. Now, this is a story, and if you can, make a picture in your head of what happened. Maybe place yourself in the place of the main character. The main character is this woman with this reputation. To be frankly honest, she was a prostitute. Now, imagine a prostitute and people relating to her, walking past her, looking at her. How do people look at her? How do people talk to her? How do women talk to her? How do men talk to her? And then, how did Jesus talk to her? Interesting stuff. Alabaster box. The room grew still as she made her way to Jesus. She stumbled through the tears that made her blind. She felt such pain. Some spoke in anger, heard folks whisper, there's no place here for her kind. Still on she came, through the shame that flushed her face, until at last she knelt before his feet. And though she spoke no words, everything she said was heard. She poured her love for the master from her box of alabaster. And I've come to pour my praise on him like oil from Mary's alabaster box. Please don't get angry when I wash his feet with my tears and I dry them with my hair. You weren't there the night Jesus found me. You did not feel what I when he wrapped his loving arms around me. Oh, you don't know the cost of the oil in my alabaster box. So the price of the oil was like a year's income earned with a profession. That was she poured on top of his feet. I can't forget the way life used to be. I was a prisoner to the sin that held me bound. I spent my days, poured my life in endless measure into that little treasure box I thought I'd found. Until that day when Jesus came to me and he touched my soul with the wonder of his love. So now I'm giving back to him all the praise he's worthy of. I have been forgiven, and that's why I love him so much. I've come to pour my praise on him like oil from Mary's alabaster box. Please don't get angry if I wash his feet with my tears and I dry them with my hair. Ooh, you weren't there the night Jesus found me. You didn't feel what I felt when he wrapped his loving arms around me. And you don't know the cost of the oil. You don't know the cost of my praise. You don't know the cost of the oil in my alabaster box. Now I'm gonna do a song that's actually meant to sing together. But when you sing together, you need to stick to the melody. Now, for a jazz musician, that's not mainly what we like. So these are not very social worship songs, because I changed a bit here and there. I went my own way, because the songs are so inviting to put your own heart into it. So that's what I've done. The first song is about, you'll hear. You'll hear. Father God, I wonder how I managed to exist without the knowledge of your parenthood and your loving care. But now I am your child, I am adopted in your family, and I will never ever be alone. For Father God, you are there beside me, and I will sing your praises. I will sing your praises. I will sing your praises forevermore. I will sing your praises. I will sing your praises. I will sing your praises forevermore. Father God, I wonder how I managed to exist without the knowledge of your parenthood and your loving care. Now I am your child, I am adopted in your family, and I will never be alone. Father God, you're there beside me, and I will sing your praises. I will sing your praises. I will sing your praises forevermore. I will sing your praises. I will sing your praises. I will sing your praises now. I am your child, and I'm at home in your family, and I will never be alone. For Father God, you're there beside And now we're going to do something gospel-y, which means that you will be involved in the last part. Are you ready for that? I'll help you out. You see it. And we need Paul for that one. Yeah. these guys, you see them play with everybody. Great, great.
Jesus, what a beautiful name. Son of God, Son of Man, Lamb that was slain. Joy and peace, strength and hope, grace that blows all fear away. Jesus, what a beautiful name. Jesus, what a beautiful name. Truth revealed, my future sealed, heal all my pain. Love and freedom, life and warmth, grace that blows all fear away. Jesus, what a beautiful name. Jesus, what a beautiful name. Rescued my soul, my stronghold, lifts me from shame. Forgiveness, security, power and love, grace that blows all fear away. Jesus, what a beautiful name. Forgiveness, security, power and love, grace that blows all fear away. Jesus, what a beautiful name. Jesus, what a beautiful name. No other name, no other name. Now all the altos, you sing this. Jesus, Jesus, come on, sing it, girls. Sing it a bit with like the Jesus. Now sopranos, sing this. Jesus, with a bow. Jesus, sing it out from your heart. Maybe you stand up and really sing his name out. Now all the men sing this. Jesus, come sing together. Now all the altos, don't forget Jesus. Sing it out, sing it out, sing it out, come on. Sing it out really loud, really loud. Come sing Jesus. There's no other name than his name. Oh, his love is there. No other, no other, no other, no other, no other. The joy of your love, the joy of your love, the joy of your peace, the joy of your presence. There we go again, sing. Come on and sing. Oh, there's no other name above his name. Yeah, we love you. Oh, let's stop until we... Otherwise we go all night. Thank you, guys. Great.
Yeah, you're right about that. We could go all night, definitely. Okay, but before we move on, I just would like to invite another participant to tell about his workshop. And this time it's Ronald. Give a warm welcome to Ronald. Where are you? So, who are you and where you're from?
So I'm Ronald Ketel. I'm from the small village Ketel. Really? Yes, that's a coincidence. Eh? That's close to, actually between Schiedam and Rotterdam.
So your family's from there?
Yeah, as well, yeah. But it's a coincidence. Because Ketel, you're right, with a capital H. But it's about somebody else now, eh?
What do you mean?
It's about Jan Willem van Delft.
No, it's about you and how you experience his workshop. So is this your first time at CA, or you've been coming several years?
I could, in my second life, it's the first time, because I was at Christian Artist like 35 years ago, 2 times. So I could almost say, in my 50-plus age, at least the first time. And I really enjoy it. Yeah.
Good. Okay, so why did you choose his workshop?
Well, yeah, I play the piano myself, as well as saxophone, but I really love the way that Jan Willem plays. Huh? Excellent. So, and I discovered that he's not only a very good musician, but a very good teacher as well, with a lot of patience. So I like that a lot. Yeah.
So what was your goal, and did you achieve it, or still on the way?
We're on the way, because we got some homework. So we did a lot of writing. He reminded me about Paul Donders, actually, because Jan Willem is very good in writing very clear, all technical structures between things like chords and stuff. So yeah, it was very clear. Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you so much. Yes. Let's give it an applause. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so we got another treat for you guys. It's going to be a collaboration. Our next artist is Thea Soltau from the UK, and there are lots of interesting things about her. She's an experienced performer and workshop facilitator in dance as well as theatre, and she's choreographed and directed many pieces. And she also told me that I think there's a disclosure on the actual film, but she is going to be in a Disney remake next year, so look out for that. And she's told me she's been in several Disney films, so yeah, if you would like to know which one, maybe you should ask her personally, but I mean, that's worth mentioning and quite big news, so be on the lookout for that. She's currently employed as a practitioner and educator at UCAN's Vrije Institute, if I pronounced it correctly. It's a Portuguese name. Sorry, flipped my page. Her research interest focuses on using creativity in research to explore the role of arts and performance in humanitarian and disaster response. So she's researched that, and she has been privileged to collaborate with some fantastic performers over the years at CA in physical theatre. Actually, some years ago here in Doorn, she performed an aerial piece, and it seems only right to her that as we return to Doorn, she's also going to return to a circus performance, because we're going to see Arthur Pirenne and Jan Willem Ploetsgouw as well. Their collaboration started as an idea. They just emailed each other, and they've only had 4 hours to practice with one another. So very good and excited what they're going to show us. Their act is an experiment for 3 clowns. It's a very old circus performance played by the Fratelli brothers at the end of the 19th century. It was big and grotesque with much makeup. And this is their version of De Trechter, translated The Funnel. Okay, let's give a very warm welcome to Thea Soltau, Arthur Pirenne en Jan-Willem Plutschau. was the end. Okay. Our next artist is Esther Hannah Hoeks from Cologne, Germany. She's a pianist. And she says the following about her music and what music means to her. She says, the privilege of the art of music is that it opens the heart and soul without words, without borders, international and intercultural, in each stage or education. And if someone is ill or healthy, young or old, well educated or not, they all get touched in their hearts and soul because of music. Very well said. Her wish for a teaching, she teaches piano and flute, is making music in different situations. To give an example, her newest plan for October is to go to India and give flute workshops for orphans. And so that's amazing. And she visited them this January, and then she's going to go back in October to give workshops. So that sounds really, really good. Are you guys ready? No? Oh, okay. Not ready yet. Oh, I've left my mobile phone there because of the music trivia questions, so I need to get it. Just 1 second. Okay, are you guys ready for some questions? I think we have time for one. Okay. This song has actually won this year's Grammy for Best Contemporary Christian Song. Now, of course, I found a version which is unrecognizable, hopefully, or maybe, well, I hope someone has it right. Okay. No one? I'm actually so happy that there's a category at the Grammys for Best Christian Song. What a beautiful name it is. What a beautiful... Yeah, so that is from Hillsong. Yeah, they won a Grammy. So, did you guys know that? No. Well, now you know. Okay. Okay, are you guys ready for us, or do we need one more question? Are you guys ready or need one more question? Are you guys ready? Okay, one more question. Okay, this group has won the most Grammys, namely 22. Okay, see if you can recognize which... So it is a group. That's the only thing I'm going to say about it. Which artist is this one? Scatman John, yeah, okay. So, this is a group that has won the most Grammys ever. Who? Raise your hand. Yes, very good. You too. Good. Okay. Okay. Yes, they're ready. Let's give a very warm welcome for Esther Hoeks.
this really nice welcome. And I start with a composition from Georg Friedrich Händel. And I thought, oh, it's very nice to play Georg Friedrich Händel in this fog and this colors. It's not so usual to play this composer and this surrounding. I enjoy to be here, and it's very, very nice to see all the great, talented persons who grew up. I think it's really a good experience to see that, yes, the next generation is full of talents. And I experienced this year it very, very much. Okay, the first piece I play is a Passacaglia. It means that there are a lot of variations through similar harmonies, or sometimes it's the same harmonies, and I will make it much longer than I will left Handel at one time. Perhaps you will see it. I think it's a picture of our lives because, yes, the harmonies, the longing for harmonies we see in each age and through the years, it doesn't change. The surroundings changes, but our longing for friendship, for love, for acceptance, it stayed. And so the old music and the new music, it's such a big unity. Okay. Yes. Okay, the next piece, it's from an, yes, mixed Hungarian-Austrian composer, Jenő Takács. He's born in the part of Austria, but has Hungarian parents. He's born in 1902. He grew very old. He just died at 2005. You can remember and count how old he has been. And the piece is very upset. It's full of hurry. And I feel with him if I play this, because I very often feel in hurry. I don't like to look on the watch. My husband has a must-have, a lot of patience, because I hate looking on the watch, and sometimes I thought the best thing in heaven will be that I have not a watch and a clock. And yes, I like to feel the time, but not to be in these minutes. And the hurry stops in the piece, in the middle, not in the middle, but later you will experience, and in our lives we experience these stops too. I think sometimes it's very bad and very sad. I experienced too these times of really bad situations, but yes, these times could be a chance to think and reflect about our lives. And I think it's a chance that God gives us to think about Him and to reach Him, to long for Him and to be in a prayer. And I think He will give our souls the right condition, the peace with like a river.
Well, our next performer is a young talent, and her name is Sjoukje Minkema. She's a 21-year-old talent, young talented actress from the Netherlands, Friesland to be exactly. She almost graduated as a drama teacher. She's almost done. When she was 15, she got the lead role in a Frisian youth series. And after 2 seasons, she got a role in another Frisian series called The Gate. I'm not sure how to translate that into in English. And she played the lead's younger sister. Not only does she do television work, but theatre as well. And she also started some short movies. Lastly, during her studies, she minored in acting for training, such as recreating real-life situations. For instance, playing a drug addict, and social workers can practice on her. So that's what she minored in. And tonight, she's going to tell us something about her career, and she's going to show us a clip from her acting career. So give a warm welcome to Sjoukje Minkema.
Yes. Good evening, everybody. How y'all feeling? Good? Yeah? Okay. So, well, that was one introduction. That's also what I'm going to tell you all today. Because my acting career, that sounds really big. No pressure. Yeah, I actually, it first started when I was a little kid. I was always very dramatic as a kid, but I was also really shy. So that's really different from each other. But and when I was a kid, I was always in my room just playing scenes of television things I once saw. I mean, I was the best Hannah Montana there could ever be. So. Yeah, that was also really fun, and to just practice facial expressions, because I never had any lessons till I was like about 17, I guess. So yeah, that's it. First, yeah, next slide. Well, this is the first series I got when I was 15 years old, without any lessons. So probably did something right. Yeah, this looks really dramatic, actually. So, after this, we filmed this for 1 season. We had another season. Well, oh yeah, there's also some backstage footage. I thought that was really fun. So this is, well, you should do everything for the best shot, right? Am I right? Yeah. Okay, so next. I mean, this is the poster of the 2nd season. The 2nd season was all about my character. I fell in love with a lover boy. So that was a dramatic storyline. Next. And there's also some backstage footage. I'm smiling there a little bit, but I was actually very terrified of that thing. So you have to do that. That's all good, but he was really, really scared. So next. And after those 2 seasons, I thought my career was over. But thankfully, I got to play in an even bigger series, a Frisian series also, as the little sister of the main character. Yeah, and that's also because sometimes you have to get into the studio because some parts or some lines weren't right. So then you have to do that. Okay, next. Yeah, and here you can see how many people there are on the set. It's really a lot of people. Yeah, and that really a big thing is a butterfly. Maybe in some light experts in here, but that's a thing that reflects light, and it does really reflect light. When you're standing in front of it, you're like, it's really hard to keep your eyes open. So many sunlight is reflecting on it. So okay, next. Yeah, well, also in my introduction, there was a part of this, acting in training. I did a minor in that, and that's a very different kind of acting. Also, by the way, camera acting is very different from theater acting, which I do also. But theater acting, you really have to play big and have to get to the last row of people. And in camera acting, it's all about your eyes. And sometimes camera actors can really drown on the stage because they're really trying their best, but it doesn't come out because they only play with their eyes. And that's really a shame. And also, theater actors can't always play in movies. Sometimes you see that in some movies, but when they have a close, it's like this, and they're always, yeah, but I was doing, so it's always, they're all over the place, and that doesn't really fit into frame, so ouch. Okay, so this is acting in training, and that's the minor I did, and yeah, well, actually, yeah, you can just, sometimes the trainer asks you to be a criminal, so the police officers can practice their social skills on you. Or, for example, just a drug addict. You have to play a drug addict, and the social workers have to start a conversation with you. So you do various things, and that's a lot of fun to do. Yeah, I don't know if there's a next sheet. So, this is all really fun, and I'm very thankful I could do this, all of this, in my young life. I mean, I'm 22 now. But that wasn't really always the case. As a kid, I was bullied. I was very shy and very insecure. And it got to a time when I wasn't really in a good place, actually. A few months before I auditioned for that first series, I was really sick, actually, and I had like, they thought it was a bowel disease. That's the translation. It has to do with, in Dutch, we say darmen. Yeah. And, well, I was 15 years old and I was 28 kilograms. And yeah, that's not really healthy, of course. So one time I had to stay into the hospital for yeah, the next day I had a operation kind of thing. And well, that night was really like the worst night of my life. You couldn't imagine. I was so anxious. I cried a lot. I didn't know what was going on because your body is telling you something, but you don't even know what's going on. And yeah, that night I really prayed a lot. And well, you can imagine how much I prayed that night. And well, somehow my prayers have been heard from our big guy up there, big friend. Well, this is a cloud actually, so that's really fun. But from our big friend up there, and I'm so thankful for that because he helped me to gain weight again, and also the hospital helped a little bit because now I'm all healthy again. I'm 50 kilograms and I'm happy with that. So that's all good right now. And well, actually that first series I was in came at the right time because I really got more self-esteem. I wasn't bullied anymore. I don't know, why is that? Is that something in the arts? People always get bullied by other kids. Maybe because we're different or something. But well, that wasn't the case anymore. And I have to peek at my note. So yeah, and also a really short story before we go to the clip. Actually, I met a year ago some classmate of mine in high school, again in the bar. And we had a conversation about, well, our educations right now and what are each other doing, just a small talk. And it got deeper and deeper with a lot of meanings. And then eventually, like 2 weeks ago, he came up to me in the same bar and he was like, Sjoukje, do you know what we talked about last year? And I was like, yeah, like our education or something. And he was like, yeah, because you know what? I listened to you and you were all like, well, now I'm doing what I love and you're becoming a drama teacher and it gives you so much positive energy and you're all good now and you love what you do. So I thought about that and I was an electrician I did education for 4 years, and now I'm working 2 years. But I was only doing that because my parents wanted me to do that. And last week, I quit my job, and in September, I'm starting an education in psychology. And I stood there like, whoa. I mean, the fact that he remembered a thing that I told him of what I was doing last year had inspired him, I guess, to look inside and see what he really wanted to do and for the rest of his life. Just do what you love and you never have to work a single day in your life, the quote, you know. So, yeah, I was really surprised by that. And, well, sometimes I'm always looking for other people to inspire me, but that was really an eye-opener for me that I could also inspire just one person. That's all that matters, right? So, without further ado, I will show you my clip of me acting my best moments, I guess.
Mag ik wat vragen?
Ja, tuurlijk.
Wat moest rijden?
Okay, so now we're going to move on to something completely different because we've got an actual DJ in our midst. DJ Fluwel from Holland, and his genre is techno pop, and he has been a DJ and producer since 1999. And he also told me that he became a non-profit producer this year, so that's a decision that he made to work only for charity. His style varies from Christian electronic dance music, CEDM, okay, the official term, to uplifting Christian hardstyle and actually hardcore music, which I remember mainly from the 90s. All of his tracks contain a clear, positive Christian message, and he combines it with his producing and mixing with his profession as a physician. Okay. Interesting. His vision is to inspire people with the gospel using modern electronic music. And this is what I love, what he said. His core message is God loves you. Whatever you did wrong in your life, he wants to help you. He's waiting for you with open arms. And with him, you always get a second chance. Let's give a warm welcome to DJ Flummel.
Thank you. So I'm really honored to be here as a DJ. I know it's a bit of a different style than the other artists. I hope you will enjoy. I would like to ask you to stand up for at least my intro. I will explain why. What I do in every gig I have, I start with the Votum en Groet. That's the Dutch opening of actually every church there is. At least the Protestant churches. So please stand up for my intro. And after that, feel free to sit, dance, join me on the stage, do whatever you feel you're doing, and enjoy the show.
Our help is in the name of the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. The Lord will fulfill his plan for me. Your steadfast love, O Lord, endures forever. Do not forsake the work of your hands. Grace and peace to you from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
You call me out upon the water, the great unknown, where feet may fail, and there I find you in the mystery,
nor life, nor angels, nor principles, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other created thing shall be able to separate us from the love of God, which is in Jesus Christ.
Okay. My next track needs an introduction. You might know the song Kind van de Duivel. It's a Dutch song about being a child from the devil. The sad thing is the song has been played in schools. Children sing it. It's horrible, in my opinion. So I decided to do a parody. And it's called Child from the Father. Kind van de Vader. It's in Dutch.
Kind van de Vader. Jezus zoekt jou. Je hoeft alleen nog maar zijn hand te pakken. Je bent welkom.
Ik ben een kind van de Vader. Hij helpt als ik tot hem nader. Hij redt mij elke dag van het kwade. Jezus zijn zoon, hij stierf uit genade. Kind van de Vader, hij helpt als ik tot hem nader. Hij redt mij elke dag van het kwade. Jezus zijn zoon, hij stierf uit genade.
Wat ik ook doe of zeg, het maakt niet uit, ik ben niet bang. Ik heb geen drugs nodig en geen drank. Jezus is alles, waarvoor al mijn dank. Redden.
Jezus zijn zoon, hij stierf uit genade. Van de Vader, hij helpt als ik tot hem nader. Hij redt mij elke dag van het kwade. Jezus zijn zoon, hij stierf uit genade. Ik ben een kind van de Vader. Hij helpt als ik tot hem nader. Hij redt mij elke dag van het kwade. Jezus zijn zoon, hij stierf uit genade.
So, you're doing well, thank you. My upcoming next is my latest track for tonight. It's the track I made myself. It's a song, the original song is from Jeruma, The River Flows in You. And of course, as DJ Flubble, I had to do a hardstyle remix. So, enjoy.
Ik wil niet dat je huilt, ik wil dat je bij Jezus schuilt. Je moet zijn leven vieren, omdat hij doodging en weer opstond, zijn we vrij. Hij is de redder. 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 Jezus zijn zoon, hij stierf uit genade.
Your hands in the air, please. I dedicate the song to all patients I lost the last couple of years. It was also the first time I heard the song during a funeral of one of the patients. If you're sad or worried, God is with you and God loves all of you. He is always with you. Thank you. And enjoy the rest of your evening. May God bless you.
Yes, thank you, DJ Flemel. Okay, if that didn't wake you up, what will? Okay, our next artist is a young talent, and she's a singer and an actress, and I actually heard her sing in the workshop this afternoon, and it was amazing. But I think tonight she's going to do a monologue and then dance, but she can also sing very nicely. She's actually a young actress and singer from Switzerland. When she was 5 years old, her mother took her to a circus show that really sparked an interest in her. Clown Dimitri, who directed the show, founded actually a school for physical theatre. And from that moment on, when she was just 5, she decided, okay, I want to attend that school. And even though she had no idea what physical theatre actually was. And she comes from a small village where not many artists live. So she was very rare that she was interested in the arts, coming from a small village. Besides theatre, she did gymnastics and later acrobatics in a small circus. And by the time she was 20, her childhood dream came true because she was accepted at the Accademia of Teatro Dimitri. So coming full circle. And last year she received her bachelor degree in physical acting. Let's give a very warm welcome to Mariam Al-Baghdadi.
Good evening. Thank you. I'd like to tell you a story. It's a story about an animal. And it's an animal as old as creation itself. It's an animal that experienced the Big Bang and that knew dinosaurs personally. It's an animal that learned to swim during the big flood because Noah didn't want it on his ark. It's an animal which is related to every other species and probably will also outlive most of them. I'm talking about Falsopoda. Let me guess. The common wrongfoot. Well, I'll explain it. The common wrongfoot is actually a wretched creature. It has over 216 feet on each side of its body, and still every morning it gets out of bed on the wrong side. Whatever it does or touches, it will go wrong. And the wrong foot itself is so convinced that no one and nothing will ever change his mind. The only joy in its life is to share the misery. Then suddenly the whole world becomes a stage, and the self-proclaimed protagonist wallows, that's a difficult word, wallows with pleasure in his misery.
Et puis, monsieur, madame, mademoiselle. 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 Sachez qu'en ce moment, je suis bien fatigué. J'en ai marre, j'en ai marre, j'en ai marre, j'en ai marre. Et je voudrais bien me reposer. J'en ai marre d'allier des paroles et des paroles. a même des contrepoints. J'en ai marre d'aligner des paroles et des paroles. C'est ma façon de faire de la musique sans musique. Et puis monsieur, madame, mademoiselle.
Und dann, meine Herren, meine Damen, mein Fräulein.
Et puis monsieur, madame, mademoiselle.
Und dann, meine Herren, meine Damen, mein Fräulein.
Et puis monsieur, madame, mademoiselle.
Und dann, meine Herren, meine Damen, mein Fräulein.
Et puis monsieur, madame, mademoiselle.
Und dann, meine Herren, meine Damen, mein Fräulein.
Sachez qu'en ce
Sie
moment,
sollten wissen, dass ich im Moment
je suis bien fatigué.
sehr müde bin.
J'en ai marre, j'en ai marre, j'en ai marre, j'en ai marre. Je voudrais bien me reposer.
Ich würde mich gerne ausruhen.
Okay, so before next artist, they need some time to build up. So I've got a couple of questions for you. Are you ready? Are you still awake? Okay. Sorry if these questions have to do all with music, but yeah, that's the only thing I know. So sorry. Which female vocalist was the best-selling artist of the 90s? Shout it out. Who? It's a diva of the 90s. Who sold the most records in the 90s? Yes, Mariah Carey. Yeah. So, I mean, Whitney Houston probably sold a lot of albums in the 90s as well, but Mariah Carey the most. Okay. Oh, this is about a film. This character, this fictitious character, has been played the most by actors in films. So it's a fictitious character and has been played the most by actors in film. It's not Dracula, it's not James Bond. No, not Santa Claus, no. It has to do with a detective. Yes, very good, Sherlock Holmes. That was the clue. Okay. This is about a singer whose real name is Louise Veronica Chicone. Who said that? Yes, very good, Madonna. I don't know if any people under 25 know her, but yeah. Okay, another film question. Which franchise has won the most Oscars? No, not Star Wars. No, not Lord of the Rings. Not Harry Potter. Come on. What? Cartoons? Something to do with cartoons? Which franchise has won the most Oscars? No. Disney, yes, Walt Disney. It's been around forever. Okay. Maybe this is an easy question if you come from the UK, but this is not part of the UK, but next bit. Okay, what is the official musical instrument of Ireland? No, not the bagpipe. It's more Scotland, right? Yes, it's the harp. Very good. I thought first thing that came to my mind was a violin, but it was a harp. Okay. I got one more for you guys on my mobile. Okay, you have to name the artist, the original artist, and song title. Sorry? No. Yes.
AC/DC. No? Yeah?
Yeah, it's Thunderstruck by AC/DC. It's played by two cellos. That's surprising. Okay, I think it's time to announce our next artist, namely Thomas Nüttling from Austria. He plays the jazz piano. He's an international jazz pianist from Austria and a teacher at the conservatory in Vienna. Actually, he studied architecture first, but then he decided, no, I really want to pursue my other passion, which is music. He studied jazz piano, and has also a pedagogic degree at the conservatory in Vienna. He studied jazz piano and classical piano under Martijn van den Hoek at the University of Vienna. As a soloist, he mainly plays his own compositions and the very easygoing melody, very recognizable melodies, I've been told. And what you're going to hear tonight is that he has been influenced by a lot of Latin American and Afro rhythms, and on the harmonic side by French Impressionism. He has a new release, actually. The Reason of Joy it's called, and it will follow this month on. You can listen to it this month on streaming platforms. And tonight is very special because he's going to collaborate with percussionist Ernesto. Yes, we've heard him last year, and their friendship also started last year. So they thought, okay, our friendship must continue on stage. So we're going to hear them together. But he's also going to play solo. So let's give it up for Thomas Nüttling.
Good evening. It's good to be back again together. In my opinion, it's very important for artists also to have network. Don't go alone. Find others who help you, who are behind you and in front of you. Well, yeah. So you're really welcome to network with YouTube or Facebook or whatever. I think there is good things also with it. And okay, the first piece is called The Reason of Joy, in German Ein Grund zur Freude. For those who like to have something in hand, there is CDs downstairs. You will find it, Ein Grund zur Freude. It's the same, but okay. So this is your task. You can use this piece for you. You can think about what makes you happy. Yeah? Maybe a special experience today, and go with it. I invite you. Okay. For me, the reason of joy today is to meet Ernesto Arendel. He is a really big storyteller. I met him for my first time last year. We had the performance together, and I think some are here who enjoyed it. And I want to introduce him. Ernesto Arendel. So the piece we are going together to play together is also a composition of mine. It's called "Back to the Source of Life." Again, it's your part, not to play here, but an invitation to go back to the source. Sometimes the source it's a fight to come there. Composed also, ein Fisch schwimmt gegen den Strom. A fish swims against the current. It's a fight situation, okay? But sometimes it needs to be a very quiet moment. Just to find a sound. It's in the room, it's somewhere, but you need to be quiet to hear it, okay? So the invitation back to the source of life. Okay. Now there is something totally different. The colors will change, the music will change, you will change. So you can, again, step into the music. If you like, you can dance. It's not boom boom, but it's something like this. So enjoy it. Lucky Southern. One thing I want to say. Lucky Southern. I like the composer Keith Jarrett. You too, maybe. Yeah, some of you. Okay. He composed Lucky Southern. At the moment, you think, are they lucky in the south? Yeah. And I want to hope. I give hope for them. I want to make you think also by dancing. Maybe it's our part. Maybe we can spread good thoughts about and give them back that they can be lucky. Okay.
Okay, right now Lane is going to say a few words to us, so give a warm welcome to Lane.
Okay, my friends. It has been quite an interesting night when I looked to all of this. Junk is beautiful. You really can say that. First, an announcement. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yeah. Okay, announcement. After this evening, and we are getting close to the final part, is the official opening of the exposition. And again, we really should thank Miriam Hofman and Teddy Leo and Olivier from the reception for all their great work they've done to put that together. Give them a big hand. Now, if my information is correct, then our dear Peter Smith from London will say something as opening of the exposition. So when you walk out, stay there. Peter will say a few things about it and the importance, and then we move to the bar. Tomorrow again, because we don't have another plenary meeting tomorrow morning, you go to your workshops. During lunch is again scheduled a lunch concerto in the castle, in the Muziekkamer. I think those were all the things I have to say. Now, as I mentioned this morning, tomorrow night is going to be special, because you are all invited to, afterwards, to a special reception. Because Rie and I are going to celebrate our 50th anniversary marriage. Yeah. Whoa. I can tell you long stories about how it is to live 50 years with Ria. I mean, stay with me in prayer, you know. Well, she has the chance to get even with me tomorrow night, so you can wait for that. But yes, marriage is sometimes like a rolling coaster. It's beautiful, and at the same time, it can be very cruel. It sounds a little bit strange. Yeah. Thank you. But to be honest, many expected that our marriage would fail. And we have been close to that, very close to divorce. Because, to be honest, to living with her, you know, that's impossible. Thank you. Hey, good response, I love you. Well, she will absolutely say the same about me. Living with that man, that's a nightmare. Yes. Stand with me. But there is somewhere a secret in living together and finding the greatness and the beauty in each other. Anyway, our marriage got saved the day we discovered that we should stop changing each other. and stopping manipulating. You know, if you really love me, honey, then you're going to do this and this for me. Shouldn't you? You know, those phrases. That's manipulation. And after the crisis of all crises we had, we were screaming into nowhere about, this is not working. We came to our senses that we should stop all that stuff and accept each other and then respect each other. And that's what we did. I still thank God for that moment. That was a very special moment. In our versus night, God was there to give us a little bit light into the future. And that's the reason we are still together. Because especially when you're artists, the normal time frame for artists who have a partner is about average is 7 years, and then they split because it gets very boring, and then you better find a new partner, and then the whole cycle starts over again. So after every 7, 8 years or 9 years, you know, there is again another. Sometimes there are children, and it becomes more and more difficult every time, and that is very sad. So maybe we are a sign of hope that happiness is possible. Yeah! And what Paul Donders said this morning about co-leadership, men and women together, that's exactly our picture. We are totally different and totally equal. And all what I do would have been not possible unless Ria would have been there. She really deserves that compliment. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, when I look back at those 50 years, there have been so many interesting moments. But what at a special moment started to develop more and more is, let's say, we are connected on a very deep level. It's, yeah, how can you say that? So, she thinks something, and I keep thinking the same thing. Hey, that's very spooky, but it's really true. It happens many times. And the opposite, I think something, and she never thinks that. So, I still we should see a counselor sometimes, yeah. But that deeper connectedness, that is so valuable. It's so beautiful. And at the same time, I know that many artists choose to stay single. And I can understand the many reasons for that. But as well in singleness, I want to express this tonight, is as well a lot of joy. But again, find excellent friends. Not friends who want benefits, and you all know what I mean with that, but real, true friends. Because we all need each other to stand and to survive, to grow, and to find deep, deep joy and fulfillment. That is what I wish for all of you. And that brings me to the text of tonight. It's a song. And possible that King David wrote this song. It's from Psalm 51. Create in me a clean heart, O God, And renew a steadfast spirit within me. There's a famous praise chorus based on that. And then text goes on. Restore in me the joy of thy salvation and sustain or renew me with a willing spirit. Now it's interesting why we get this verse. Renew a steadfast spirit. It means that you can hold on, going on, that you know where you stand for. But through time, things erase. They get some corruption here and there. It becomes of lesser values. And sometimes you need renewal to know where you stand for. And several times in our marriage, I had to decide for love. Loving each other is not just a feeling. It is well a decision you make. I made a decision to love till the end. Whatever. And that's something else as superficial feelings. So you can have friendships. You can decide for a long-lasting friendship. Whatever. And I wish you such friendships. And that's a reason why we need renewal. To be reminded about the value of that. And God will come with His Spirit. So you can stand up in yourself and find that source. So you be steady and stand fast for it. And renew in me with the willing spirit. My problem is that my mind is always going in 100,000 places. If I take a silent moment in the day to pray, I start to pray. 5 seconds later, I'm on the moon. 10 seconds later, on Mars. And 50 seconds later, beyond that. I mean, it's like Star Trek. My head is like Star Trek. Boom. Finding the frontiers nobody has gone before. That's my mindset. It's difficult. So I need to focus. I need a willing spirit. I have to train my spirit to focus on what is really important. I need as well a renewal of my spirit. Maybe even every day. And really to reach out and really to make you artwork. I wish for you, I pray for you, such a spirit with daily renewal, daily freshness, with true commitments and real love. God bless you. Now about tomorrow night. So after the show tomorrow night, we all go to bar. There will be official reception, so you get some free drinks and snacks and whatever belongs to that. And we have a book you can write in. But please, if you've ever been to our house is full. And if I mean full, it's very full. We live in a complete museum. There is no free space on any wall anymore. Let's say we have far over 100 paintings and etchings on the wall. You cannot even see the wallpaper anymore. Then we have books. I have thousands of books. I have a complete library on anything. Don't buy me a book. So don't give us an etching. We love art. I have still 50 big artwork, great artworks in a garage because I have no place for that. Then statues. Our house is full of statues of anything. So don't give us a statue. So what you should give to us, think about that tomorrow. Write us a nice little note. We will all put that finally in the book. That you appreciate what we have been doing for all the years. And if it has meant something in your life, mention then that, what was meaningful in your life. Because that will last forever. And that will be our blessing, being here together with you. Okay, my friends? Thank you. Bless you.
So we've come to the last artist of this evening, which is Rivelino Richters, aka Black Rockstar. He was here last year, and in case you don't know him, let me tell you something about him. He's a singer-songwriter, a book author of several books, and a talent coach. And when he was 16, he found God after spending some time in street gangs. So that was pretty rough. And he says that music and a relationship with Jesus, those were his rescue. And when he saw a young gospel group for the first time, he knew that he wanted to become an artist for God. In 2006, he started his full-time solo career as a rapper and singer-songwriter and social entrepreneur. And in that same year, he also founded Loud Foundation, very important organization, because this organization helps underprivileged youth increase their self-esteem by following and giving workshops and talent development courses. So he goes a lot to young prisoners in Holland and as well abroad. He's also visited East Africa as a music ambassador to give workshops to orphans and ex-child soldiers. And that really made an impression on him, and it made him even more determined to make a difference by using his talents to help underprivileged youths and youth in prison. He has released several books, and his latest book is called The Choices That You Make. And let's give a final very warm welcome to Rivelino Richters.
Yes, good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? You doing good? All right, that doesn't sound really convincing. How y'all doing? Okay. Well, it's a great honor to be here again. My name is Rivelino, aka Black Rockstar. And last year was the first time, this is the second time. This year only one day, because I'm really busy with giving workshops in youth prisons. So that's actually a good thing. So I'm happy to be here. Share music with y'all, celebrate God, and share stories, of course, you know. So this is the first song for my new LP called Choices, and it's also connected to my book, The Choices You Make. And basically it's about making positive choices, you know, like the theme that we're working on this week in the youth prison is making positive choices. So all the youngsters that I work with, I ask them, so have you ever been through like have you ever had to make a tough decision, and what is the choice you make? I mean, they made choices, some bad, that's why they're in prison, but they also need to make positive choices, you know. So I try to motivate them by my own story, because I used to be a young criminal as well, you know, but I found my way to God, and music helped me, the Bible helped me, Jesus helped me, and it's really cool because, like, you know, last year I said Wiebe. He had a big influence on my life, but another man is here, and his name is Bob Phillips. And he's like, I'm sort of getting emotional about it, but I don't really, you know, call people spiritual fathers, so that's all. Maybe he's a spiritual uncle or something. But he had a real big, a positive influence in my life. You know, when I just came to Christ, I didn't know nothing about God or the Bible or about finding my way in church with all the church lingo, but he really helped bring it to me in a normal, simple, clear way, which really helped me. He even taught me my first chords on guitar, so all the stuff that you hear tonight, you can thank him for that. Yeah, so I'm happy to be here, and the first song is Choices, and the choice is up to you. You can either sit down or stand up and dance, but yeah, just enjoy it anyway. So we're here to celebrate, so Choices, yeah. All right. All right, clap your hands now. Come on. Woo! The choices that you make are the choices that can make you
make your life a future. The choices that you make are the choices that can break you. Hold on, just keep on pushing. Hey. The choices that you make are the choices that can make you. Can make your life a future. The choices that you make are the choices that can break you. Alright, listen up. Yeah. So yeah, I made a lot of faults in life, and then sometimes I lost hope, but still I saw that light illuminating in the dark just to end my strife. Although I did a lot of wrong, still I made things right. Man, this is what I demonstrated in hindsight. But yet sometimes you act crazy just to survive. But we gotta keep our hopes up, not lose sight. So don't you never give up, and keep a fighting with good fight. Love. The choices that you make are the choices that can make ya. Can make your life a future. The choices that you make are the choices that can break ya. Yeah, yeah. Woo! Your hands now. All right, take it down now. All right. Everybody sing. The choices that you make are the choices that can make you. Can make your life a future. Can you sing that? Come on. The choices that you make. Yeah. Hold on, just keep on pushing, hey. The choices that you make are the choices that can make your life a future. The choices that you make are the choices that can break you. So you know, in life, sometimes you go through the hard trials, through the tough valleys, but just keep on pushing, because you know deep down in your soul, you got that fire. So don't let that fire never dim, no. The choices that you make are the choices that can make you. Alright. Can make your life a future. The choices that you make are the choices that can break you. The choices that you make are the choices that can make you. Can make your life a future. The choices that you make are the choices that can break you. Hold on, just keep on pushing, yeah. Yeah. It's all about choices, baby. All right, so this next song is one of the first songs that I wrote. And I think Bob, can you make some noise, Bob Phillips? Give a shout, yeah. Give a hand to Bob. So this song is the first song that I wrote, and I wrote it in the same year that I came to faith, and it's called Friend, and it's basically about how I lived my life, challenges that I faced, and how I sort of overcame it with God. Friend. Tell y'all a story. This is how it goes. so he knows. But life wasn't always full of sunshine. My father died when I was a little boy, and it hurt me so. But then I met this person. His name is Jesus Christ. He is so warm and loving. He makes all wrong things right. There, I finally threw away the joint, Joe. I didn't wanna smoke that hash no more, 'cause it burned me so. My friend Jesus, hey, yeah, hey. My friend Jesus, hey, yeah, hey. Wonderful Counselor, Savior, man. He can save you, man. I was raised in a broken home, separated from my pops. I found my friends and they would hustle on the block. Smoking weed was running from the cops. Fill my emptiness with liquor, making money off rides. I thought my life would end up with the pain, but Jesus came and took me out the game. He knows my troubles and my flaws. My weakness is a human, but it keeps on pouring out in love. This is what I call unconditional. An old do-rag heart for a criminal. I'm a living proof God is working miracles, and He won't fail me like my friends did me in the physical. He's my savior, my BFF, and can't nobody separate me from Jesus, not even death. I was a wretch, but I'm saved by grace. A friend, right, along with wonderful Counselor, Savior of man. He can save you, man. Wonderful Counselor, Savior of man. He can save you, man. Wonderful Counselor, Savior of man. He can save you. He can wonderful Counselor, Savior of man. Oh yeah, Tobias, take it away, man. Yeah. Song was written with the idea that I hear like a enormous, huge multitude of people singing this lyrics, singing this song, and shouting out to the Most High. So I know that you can sing because I already heard it. You have beautiful voices. So can you please join me as a big black gospel choir, mass choir, and sing Wonderful Counselor, Savior of Men. All right. Wonderful Counselor, Savior of man. He can save you, man. Can we do that? All right, let's try it. Wonderful Savior of man. He can save you, man. Come on, sing it a bit louder. Wonderful Counselor, Savior of man. Yeah, He can save you, man. save your mother. He can save your brother. He can save your father. He can save your sister. He can save you. He can save you. He can save you. Save you. He can save you. He can save you. All right, thank you. So the next song is also one of my first songs, and the song's called Why. And I've written the song for a friend of mine as like sort of a, how do you call it, to support him in a difficult time, because we were friends. And you know, when I was in the street, I was doing crazy stuff. He was like really, you know, a good kid, listening to his mom. But like the moment that he turned 15, his mom suddenly died. She got like incurable disease, and like within a couple of months, boom, she left. And he got into a rut, you know, because like he had to go back to his uncle, and his uncle was treat him in like really bad, taking his money, taking his favorite hats and clothes. So he started rebelling, and he became like this really crazy kid doing the baddest stuff, and eventually getting arrested and getting deported to a real bad prison in South America. And I was really shocked by that. So this was like a song to give him support. And he's doing better now, so that's good. The song's called Why. I knew this boy. His name was Roy, and he was 3. I never met his dad because he left when Roy turned 3. It was the first day of school. His mother felt like a fool. She felt betrayed, and she'd been had. She fell down on her knees, begging Roy's father, please. But he acted so cool. Can you see me? Do you feel me? Do you know my name? Understand me, you must help me. Can you hear my prayer? Now he's 16. He's selling crack and heroin, but his eyes could never see. He was getting caught up in a web of sin, and then his mom's about to die. Oh, how Roy and I cried. Only God knows what hell he went through. I pray for hours, begging, please, won't you heal this disease? Let her rest in peace, yeah, yeah. Why must things be the way they are? Salvation seems so bad. you must help me. Can you hear my prayer, Lord? Awesome. And I just want to ask you to give a round of applause to these guys, because this is actually the first time that we played this song without rehearsal, so this is pretty amazing, right? Praises to God. Yeah, a short introduction round before we go to the last song. On drums, we got the rhythm groove beast, Quarantine. Make some noise for this, man. He's amazing. On the right, we got my man Jan Willem. I've been playing with him in several bands. God's Boulevard, make some noise for this. Genius. On the other keys, the Hammonds and the Rhodes, we got a brilliant piano player, and he's amazing. He's a young talent. His name is Jonathan Rampel. Make some noise for this man. Love his play. On the left, we got like it's all genius. It's like another genius on percussion, Ernesto Arundel. He doesn't only play with his hand, but he plays with his face and his body. It's like, wow, it's crazy. And on the right, we got another man. I've known him, we actually met in the same church as Bob, like years and years and years ago. And I've already witnessed his talent back then. But he's also a really humble guy, and I love the combination of talent, but also humbleness. And I'd like you to give a hand to Paul van der Veen. He's amazing, wow. It's a privilege to be here, man. And on the bass, we got another man laying down the rhythm, laying down the law on the bass. Aaron de Leister. Aaron. He's a beast. And the other man is also, he's a brilliant guitar player, but also a wonderful personality, a sweet guy. This is the second time that we're playing together. Tobias Kerkhoven. Amazing. And my name is Rivelino, by the way, but you've probably heard in the beginning, so. Yeah, together we doing this, yeah. All right, so this is the last song, and I wrote this song a couple of years ago, I think in 2008 or 7, and I went to Uganda for the first time, and Uganda is a beautiful country. It's like, are you from Uganda? Oh, that's amazing. Make some noise for a lady from Uganda. Uganda is a wonderful country, and I went there as a music ambassador for World Vision, and we went there because we were supposed to inspire the kids and motivate them, make music with them. But actually, it was the other way around, because I was inspired by the strength, by the resilience, and by the love. You know, everywhere I was like, really, you are most welcome, welcome, sir. We're happy to have you here. And I was like, wow. But I met this girl. Her name was Dora, and she was born with HIV/AIDS. So like she started her life with like 3-0 behind. But instead of like being really, you know, like, oh, I'm so I'm so sad, but she was like full of power. Like every time I saw her, she was happy. Even the times when she was sick, she was like really dead sick, but she was still like, yeah, I'm happy to be here and do this day. So it really made me look at my own life in a different perspective. Like, what am I nagging about? You know, I got a flat tire, or I need to take the bus. What's the problem? So it really inspired me to go for my dreams and my goals. And actually that was the year that I think I really started going for my dreams, you know, becoming a musician and sharing my story. But you know, now my mission is like to really go into the prisons, share my testimony with the youths. That's what my book is about. You can get the book and the album, by the way, at the bookstore today or tomorrow. And I just want to, you know, inspire people, motivate people, and say that there's like hope, that there's like a new day. And that's what this song about, growing. Because every day we can grow, you know, we can learn. And if you believe that you can grow, you know, that you can learn, I'd like to ask you to stand up with me and groove like you've never done before. Yeah, groove for the Lord. Can we do that? Let me hear you say yeah. Let me hear you say yeah. Say, oh yeah. All right, let's do that. Listen, another messed up morning. I gotta get out of bed. I have to take a train to work. Cause yesterday my car broke down, man. Now I'm walking through the stormy rain, wishing I could be on a 7-day holiday. I gotta act cool, I could be the fool, that's why I'm singing. So I gotta keep on growing. Ain't trying to claim we're the same, but we're all looking for the next morning. Even though you might not realize, I am happy that I am alive. So I gotta keep on growing, yeah. Her name is Gloria, she's only 12 years old. It says no money for sorry, she's been told she lost her family because of HIV. Like most people that she knows, and it never really easy to be free. But now she goes to school to try to be free of her sorrow, because tomorrow it might be her time to make a change, and that's why I gotta keep on growing. Ain't trying to claim we're the same, but we're all looking for the next morning. Even though you might not realize, I am happy that I am alive. So I gotta keep on growing. Hey, alright, take it down for a moment. I need y'all to clap your hands, but I need everybody to move with me. Yeah, we're gonna move from left to right. Yeah, from left to right, yeah. Alright, so that's part one. Yeah. Now put your hands in the air. Now put your hands in the air, yeah. Now put your hands in the air. Put your hands in the air. Let me hear you say yeah. Say yeah. Say yeah. Say ciao, ciao, ciao. I said yeah. Said yeah. Oh yeah. Whoa. That's why I gotta keep on growing. Ain't trying to claim we're the same, but we're all looking for the next morning. Even though you right, who's gonna do it? Who's gonna go first? Jan Willem or Jonathan? Jan Willem and Jonathan. All right, do something, all right? Do something, yeah. Look on it, hold on. Yeah, make some noise, yo, Jonathan and Jan Willem. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Right, yeah. Let me hear you say, oh. I say, oh. I say, oh yeah. I say, oh yeah. I say, oh. Say, oh yeah. Say, oh. I said, why? Gotta keep on growing. Ain't trying to claim we're the same, but we're all looking for the next morning. Even though you might not realize, I am happy that I am alive. So I gotta keep on growing. I said, why? I gotta keep on growing, yeah. Rain, but I say, what I've never done. Oh, wacht, hey, one last person. How could I forget Tobias? Tobias, yes, Tobias, sorry man, and Aaron, like, come on, all right. Two more songs. It's funky, right? Ain't it funky? Woo! Ain't it funky? keep on growing. Yeah. Thank you, Lane and Jacques, for having us. Thank you for the invite. It's always a big pleasure to be here. And thank you for participating and making this a party for God. Make some noise for yourself, yeah.